Hey, this is Marcus Cage. Happy Sunday. It's 4:36. We'll start this at no later than 4:40, which will give us the 10 minutes. I want to stay true to the 10 minutes, so we'll be done at 4:50 or even before. Like I said before, my name is Marcus Cage. I'm a trainer facilitator. I do a lot of trainings with young adults, and I do training with older adults as well in the premise of career. That's my specialty. That's the thing that I get the most joy out of, is seeing people advance in their career. Even in the job setting, I love to help people achieve goals and to move forward. So if you see me keep looking at the clock, I'm using that clock for timing. Because like I said before, I want to stay true to the setting itself. It's supposed to be 10 tips in 10 minutes for $10. Like we said before, that's $1 a day. If you're watching this, you can always still share this with one of your friends on your wall and receive passive income for that. I think I've touched upon the passive income a little bit. I'll give a little bit more detail on the Facebook site itself. So if you have any questions, please feel free to inbox me. But before we really start on the meat and potatoes of this thing, I wanted to share a thought that I had with you all before we go into the training itself. One of the thoughts that I had was that submission is not a one-time event, it's an experience. So when we get ready to go into our job settings or we're looking for employment, we tend to submit a resume or a job application. But that's the first step of submission. Once we receive the job opportunity and we take hold of the job opportunity, submission does not stop. So I had submission as a releasing and a receiving. Just the same example that I shared with you before is that you release your job application or you submit your job application to a potential employer. They receive it, and then if they decide to give you the opportunity or present it to you, then you take the opportunity. But sometimes we get real inconvenience and we're frustrated because when we come into our job settings, we get real comfortable. And then in our mentality, that should make us think that submission is not a one-time event. Submission is an experience. So we continue to submit in order to move forward and advance forward in our careers. The last piece of that post that I wrote down was that one of the problems that we have with submission is that we misunderstand submission out of convenience or submission for convenience. So submission is not convenience, but when we get in a convenient or comfortable state at our jobs, careers, whatever setting that we are, submission begins to be a hard thing because we got what we want when we first submitted. Now we need to submit to get what we need to move forward, so it becomes uncomfortable for us. There is no personal growth, and personal growth and development that does not occur in the comfort zone of convenience. So that's the last thought I would like to share with you all. I'll be jotting some things down as we discuss and share some things, because as I get thoughts, I like to notate them down and let them germinate and let them be on the inside of me, so then when I release it, they will come from a wisdom, from a place that I've seen things happen in my life. I don't like to just say things just because. I like to say things in wisdom and be able to walk people through the steps in which I'm speaking. So comfort zone. Personal growth and development does not occur in the comfort zone of convenience. So we shouldn't be so easily convenient all the time. When we first get the opportunity, then that leaves a platform or sets the stage for us to continue to submit, to grow and develop. So we're going to go into the 10 tips. Today it is 4:39. So we'll be done at 4:49. Want to go into this a little quickly. I won't go in as fast, but I'll go at a good pace where we can gather the wisdom and the information that's given. So as you can see, this is the book itself, the ebook, Just on the Brink of Success, 10 Tips on How to Receive a Promotion. Now this copy I've sent to some of you all that registered for the event, but this is not the exact same copy that I gave you. This is a doctored up copy of different thoughts that I had, and I'll send this to you all at the end of the 10 days, which will be on the 21st. So I'll skip this part because hopefully you already read this part, but I'm going to touch on things that are in yellow. So walk with me, because as I'm looking at the clock, I'm also looking at you, and I'm also looking at the keyboard. It takes money to advance the kingdom of God, and it takes the people of God to have influence at their respective workplaces and communities to bring restoration to the world. No matter what kingdom a person is in, you could be in the kingdom of God, you could be a Christian, or whatever your religion may be. But whatever kingdom that you're in, meaning that whatever system of thought that you subscribe to, whether you go to church or you don't, is going to take money to advance whatever you're trying to do in your life. But in this reference, since I'm a person that's a man of God, it takes us to have influence in our respective workplace and communities to bring restoration to the world. When we say restoration, what we mean is relive, bring life back to people that are kind of in dire straits or in a place of desperation. I know and I believe that time is now. Procrastination is an enemy of your purpose and destiny. Sometimes we procrastinate, and the question we have to ask ourselves is, for what? Why are we procrastinating on things that we know that's on the inside of us? Maybe out of fear, maybe out of pride. It could be a number of things. But the time to move forward in some things is now. So let this serve as my disclaimer in this 10-tip piece, that every job or career situation is different. But when we apply principles with the right heart and the right motivation, God gives us the desires of our heart, because our desires turn into His. It will be very difficult and unwise for me to provide you with 10 easy steps to get a promotion. It would be very unwise, because those are in the next paragraph. You'll see these are marketing strategies. It is used to bring more traffic to a website or a person, and the marketers would not want me to share that type of thing with you, because it hinders them from making money or earning income. So these are marketing strategies used by copywriters to increase the number of visitors or readers to a web page or article. Be careful of what you eat, because some of these articles are geared to feed the ego. Some of these articles that we get are really to feed instant gratification. You want to be instantly gratified without going through process. Process comes first, then the result comes next. If we skip process, then when we get to that point where we achieve what we desire, we're forfeited, or we'll misrepresent the thing that we have. So I'm thinking that it's 4:43 now. On this clock, it's 4:44. So we're going at a pretty good pace, got about 5 or 6 minutes. I'm going to go into depth on this first tip, but this is the foundation, so I got to do a little bit of talking before I go into the meat and potatoes of this first tip. Now, this is the truth. There is no easy way to get promoted, nor is there any specific steps we can take to get a promotion. Notice that I underline get. That's going to be one of our first tips. Now, I'm going to skip down to one of the keys. Now, getting versus receiving. One of the keys to receiving a promotion is trust. This is a major key for us going into these next 9 tips. That if your parents leave you or leave for vacation, everybody's been young, I'm pretty sure. I'm 34. If your parents left you at home when you were younger, let's say you were 17, 18, and the first thought in your mind was to throw a party, then you have not proven yourself trustworthy. So what I'm saying is that when we're young and a little bit immature, when our parents leave, automatically we're going to think in our minds, the average person may have thought, I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to invite my friends over. That person I wanted to come over my house that I can't bring over when they're here, I'm going to bring them over now. So that's something to think about. Let me relate this to career in the job setting. If your boss leaves for the day and you choose to slack off, then this is an issue. Just because my supervisor, manager, boss, partner leaves the office for the day does not mean that I'm thinking I'm going to slack off and just do the things that I want to do. We got to make sure that we have priority. We should be the same person in private that we are in public. If not, then we fall into hypocrisy, or we're doing one thing and saying another. And that trust issue won't allow us to build the reputation and the name that we need to advance forward. So it's 4:45. I'm staying true to this because we could go a lot of places. Getting versus receiving. This is the first tip. There's a difference between getting and receiving. We don't necessarily get a promotion, as that will be interpreted as us working in our own strength. So when I'm saying get, I'm going to get. You have to be a go-getter to a certain degree, But what I'm saying in this example is going and getting outside of the things that you're supposed to be doing or out of the confines of your purpose and destiny. Receiving a promotion is a little bit different. It consists of a repositioning of my heart and my mind to receive who and what is already in my possession within. So you'll tend to find out that the changes that I bring go from within to without. We start within, then we go out. So you don't necessarily get a promotion. You receive a promotion because it consists of a repositioning of my heart and my mind, how I feel, my emotions, and my mentality. What it does is that it takes the cover off opportunity that I didn't necessarily see when I was immature. Now I've matured a little bit. Now I can see an opportunity that's already being in front of me. Although there is work and time, energy, and effort involved in both getting and receiving. But receiving is an internal work. Okay? Getting is more of an external work. We receive what is already present. So when I receive, it had nothing to do with me physically doing anything. It's given to me because I can see it, because I've repositioned my mind and my heart in order to see opportunities. And you have to be able to see opportunities in order to be able to capitalize and earn additional income to advance in your purpose and destiny. This is the last part of it. We have 2 minutes, so I'm going to go through this quickly. Who you are as seeker will determine how far you go. We already touched upon that. Now, this is the live example that will happen this morning. We sent out some invitation for the event today via Facebook. The question is, did the people who were invited have to go anywhere to receive the invite? The answer, no, they didn't. But all they had to do was be aware of the opportunity. So when you reposition your mind and your heart, now you're aware of opportunities that you weren't aware of before you made that shift. So, but they all had to be aware of the opportunity and see how the opportunity was beneficial to them and the people in their network. Once they realized the value that it was beneficial for themselves and the people in their network, they could share the event with the people in their network and earn additional income. So sometimes we miss out on opportunities because we don't see the value in something. The other question is the last question with 1 minute left. Why didn't some of them respond? And I ain't mad. Slang, I'm not mad. I'm just bringing an example. Why did some of them respond? Answer, they could have been distracted or preoccupied with something that they felt was more important, or maybe the offer wasn't presented in a way that was appealing to them. So it could have been them, it could have been me. But as the person that's facilitating the training, I have to make sure that I communicate clearly with people the needs or the wants or the value that's going to be exchanged for 10 minutes of your time. So that's it for this first session. I appreciate you. Quick 10 minutes of tips. Remember that the main tip was getting versus receiving. We don't necessarily get a promotion. We receive a promotion because we shift our minds and our hearts to see opportunities that wasn't there. I will talk with you tomorrow. Be safe. Make sure tomorrow you apply what you got in this training. Apply it to your life. Let's see fruit from the things that we share and from the things that we dialogue about. Talk with you soon.